team. So please let's stay within this time constraints. Please ensure that your internet is stable, your mic is working, and you are able to share your screen. And you also have someone else on your team that can assist you if anything goes wrong. Okay, so thank you very much. So it's 9:15, and Team Artemis is the best to present to make their presentation. So Team Artemis, good morning once again. I think we should get started right about
All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Mohammed Tani Alabeli, and I'll be presenting for Team Artemis. Please, can you guys confirm that you can hear me loud and clear?
I can hear you.
All right, then. I'll quickly be sharing my screen. Can you guys confirm you can see my screen also?
Yes, I can see your screen.
All right. So, like I said again, my name is Mohammed Tani Alabeli. I'll be representing Team Artemis. And for Team Artemis, our product today is called Agri Market. My team members include Olamide Olutade, Blessing Ngozi, Ayobami Adeboyle, and Ayomide Atoebi. We had a nice time engaging each other in this case study, and I think it was a very, very enlightening session. So basically, Agri Market is, simply put, an agricultural marketplace that aims to bridge the supply chain gap between farmers and consumers directly. Now, we aim to do this by taking out the middleman aspect of the supply chain. So we want agri markets to be that communication, that conduit between farmers and consumers directly, and then hence taking out middlemen and retailers, and then by that producing by that providing affordable pricing for consumers, and also getting the farmers to have their full cost for their worth for their products. The problem we are trying to solve here is to basically solve the challenge of the traditional supply food chain that is somewhat inefficient. Farmers sometimes struggle to find consumers or to reach their consumers. Consumers are having to pay high costs for these products because there's involvement of middlemen that are going to be adding their own additional costs. So agri-market is aiming to solve this challenge by directly connecting farmers and buyers. Now, for our solutions are key features. I think I've already mentioned that in the initial summary, which is to directly connect farmers and buyers. And then from this, we are eliminating middlemen, which will also improve the cost of these food items. Now, from this also, we are trying to eliminate food waste, enhance convenience, and then improve transparency and cost. Now, for our main objectives, like I said previously also, connect farmers and buyers, ensure that these consumers are getting the freshest produce that they can that they would like to have, and also offer our affordable pricing. And our target market is we have health conscious consumers, people who might have possible health challenges or the other, people who need to eat healthy, pregnant women, people with possible eating disorders, and so on and so forth. And we have, possibly budget conscious consumers, people that don't necessarily want to break the bank, but they also don't want to compromise on quality of food items that they are getting. And then lastly, we have restaurants and cafes that are going to be needing some of this food produce and farm produce in bulk for their operations. Now, for our user personas, we have firstly Ngozi. She's a 30-year-old urban dweller. She's eco-conscious. consumer. She's an eco-conscious consumer. She deeply cares about sustainability and her health. Her health. She's looking for organic produce, locally produced farm produce, that has very little pesticides. And also wants to support the local farmers. Her goals are to eat healthier, reduce her carbon footprint, and so on and so forth. Next, we have Ayomide. Ayomide is a 40-year-old chef in a popular restaurant, right? Ayomide places high value on freshness and quality of ingredients in his dishes. Um, he needs reliable source of fresh produce for his restaurant, right? Um, he's very time conscious because he's looking at efficiency to run his restaurant properly, to run his kitchen properly. So he needs a consistent and timely support of high quality produce, and he prefers to access it directly from the farmer, so he has first-hand selection of this produce. Now, so it's really important to him that the delivery is punctual to meet the demands of his kitchen also. So his goals are to basically streamline his restaurant's ingredient sourcing process, to maintain the quality and freshness of his dishes, and also save time and cost. And then lastly, we have Olamide, the thrifty shopper, who is budget conscious but also seeks value for her purchases. So she doesn't want to break the bank, but she also doesn't want to compromise her quality. Now, convenience is also important to Olamide because she works in the city. Imagine somebody that works in Lagos, Nigeria, and doesn't want to have to go through all the hassles of going to the market, maybe after they are 9 to 5, to go and buy maybe ingredients for whatever they're going to be making. Convenience is very important to Olamide, as she'll be able to get all this farm produce directly delivered to her, and also with her knowing, rest assured that she's getting best value for her money, right? So our goal are to save money on our grocery bills without compromising on quality, to order fresh produce online, and then also to support the local farmer and the community around her. Now, for our business model, we've highlighted that our key partners are obviously going to be the farmers, consumers, and then we are looking at engaging delivery partners, and also payment gateway service providers, because we're looking at building a product for our MVP that is not too overwhelming for us to build in the first phase of development. So we might outsource the delivery partners aspect and then the service provider aspect, and just focus on the part of connecting farmers and consumers on one platform, right? So farmers can list their products and then consumers can come and easily just, you know, pick up anything they want, place an order, and then have it delivered to them. Now, key activities include platform development, supporting farmers, buyer engagement, and marketing. So for this phase, we are aware of the issue that will come up, saying a lot of these farmers are not tech savvy. So we plan on engaging a lot of farmers in a bit to improve our marketing, or to try and get engagement or buyer engagement or buying basically for our product. We plan to engage these farmers by um, teaching them at least the basics of maybe what having a mobile phone entails, so they can easily just do the simple things we need them to do, for them to list their products online and then get payments basically. So our value proposition also, like I said, is to connect farmers and consumers and then provide affordable pricing. And then next, to whom our customers are the farmers, buyers also, and then we have health conscious consumers, budget conscious consumers, and then restaurants obviously. Now for our competitor analysis, so at Agri Markets we found out that our strengths lie in the fact that we are saying we want to take out the middleman and directly connect the farmer and the buyer, so you can obtain these things at affordable prices. Everybody feels not cheated in some way. So you have a farmer that's receiving the value for his money. You have a consumer that's also receiving fresh produce, and also value for their money. and we are taking out the middlemen aspect. Then our weakness is probably going to be maybe in the initial phase, uh, having limited reach for now, and then heavy dependence on just like farmers or maybe like subsistence farmers in the locality. Now, in the long term, we are exploring opportunities of market expansion and diversification, and then threats. We have regulatory challenges possibly, and then obviously every competition. So for our first competitor, we have Wendy's. Wendy's is a e-procurement platform that orders these products online for big companies that need farm produce. So for their weaknesses that we've seen, they have limited market reach. They're very heavily dependent on like team cohesion. So these are weaknesses we seem to want to exploit. We have expansions in opportunities for their threats, market competition, and external factors. Next one, we have Farmgate Africa. For their strengths, they're very, very large corporations. So they have the reputation in the market, they have extensive reach. But in their weaknesses, they're vulnerable to market fluctuations and then, competitive pressure. And last one that we unfortunately don't have on our slide here is Go Lemon. I'm sure a lot of people have heard about Go Lemon. They are also a grocery delivery product that was founded here in Nigeria, and they are basically doing something of sorts towards agri-market is trying to do. So we are aware of the competitors, we are aware of their strengths and their weaknesses. Now, for our marketing strategy, we aim to create social media buzz, content creation, and then may possibly go to events to create awareness for our products. The strategies we aim to adopt. We want to make it easy for people to join and onboard our partners. We want to be able to track our success, and then we also want to use social media tools to help, spread the word basically. Content marketing tools such as Mailchimp for newsletters, promotions for consumers, if not the farmers who are not necessarily tech savvy. At least the consumers will be able to get notifications, newsletters, and so on and so forth. Search engine optimization is also a tool that we want to explore. Uh, and then yeah, finally, so for how we want to monetize or make money from our products, agri-market is aimed to be a subscription based product. We have two subscription plans for now. So we have the basic plan and the premium plan. So for the basic plan, which is more or less free, you have access to the platform and product listing and limited orders per month. Or for the premium plan, you have unlimited orders, priority support, and then enhanced product visibility. Now for the roadmap, we have here listed, we have a long-term and short-term roadmap on the screen, like you can see. For short term, we have normal platform product development lifecycle of discovery, design, and development. We want that to take maybe first 3 to 6 months. For the next 6 to 12 months, we are looking at onboarding customers and then possibly expanding to other markets. For the next phase, which is after a year, we are looking at national expansion, continuous innovation, and then partnerships. And then after that, sustainability, how agri markets can sustain in the market and basically long term goals. So yeah, thank you very much for listening. I hope I've been able to make you guys understand what agri market is trying to um, achieve here. I want to say thank you to my team members also. We put in a lot of work to do this, to doing this. Yeah, thank you guys again. So I think questions can come in now.
Thank you very much, Mohammed. With about 2 minutes left on the clock, I think panelists can go ahead and ask questions. Thank you very much for that beautiful presentation.
Thank you, Mohammed. That was a great presentation. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I can say well done to Team Artemis. Your slides were really nice, and I think it's a valid problem that you've identified here. I have a couple of concerns. So you talked about the value proposition is basically this direct connection between the consumer and the farmers. Um, but Esther, you can hear me? I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Okay. So, but I'm wondering if that's really the problem. Um, did your team, did you do a lot of research around this problem, especially talking to farmers since they are a major player or players in this? I want to know
Um,
if you did some
we did
research.
some research, but I feel like we didn't get a large enough sample size to be able to say we have all the problems that these farmers are facing. So we decided to choose maybe one particular problem that we felt was prevalent with all the people that we spoke to, and which was maybe some of them saying that they feel cheated sometimes when they see that people that come and buy from them making much more money than what they could have possibly made, right? So that's why we decided to focus on taking out the middleman from the equation here.
Hmm. Um, okay, because it sounds like you want to take out the middleman and become the middleman, like you're taking the job of the middleman with your product. Um, and then there are other things to consider when that problem, okay, oh, they feel cheated, okay, pricing, but there are things to consider with regards to why that pricing changes from the farm to the end user. The middleman does a lot of stuff. It would have been interesting to also know, okay, this middleman that we're trying to take out, what value do they actually bring, and why are things like this? I think you would have gotten some insights, because the concern with the rural farm, I'm just assuming now, just imagine the farmer in the rural area who is concerned with his crops and just other things that have to do with farming. Oh, I'm growing this thing. Oh, all those other farming issues. They're not. We're trying to give them the responsibility of thinking about, okay, not just the price point they put at, okay, I've gotten this, I've harvested my crops, this is the price point, take it off my hands. They're not going to be they're not going to be burdened with interfacing with this technology, which is going to be a learning curve, and then they're going to be fulfilling individual orders. So it's not even bulk, like, okay, I just take this whole batch of produce and I ship it. I know that this person takes this wholesale at whatever price at this interval. It's little individual orders. So I look at your user story. I'm someone who I want to make salad today. I'm doing fit farm. I'm looking for cucumber or something, or kale or broccoli, and I do this in my small individual order. That farmer in, I don't know, maybe I don't know which village I would use, would have to come on this platform to fulfill that individual order and then worry about logistics. How can I get, or would there be a minimum order quantity? Because that wasn't mentioned. Because how do you fill little orders and send it out with logistics and everything to the clients and to the consumer? And then how do we deal with that freshness? Because now the farmer has to worry about, yes, I'm giving you this thing, as I wrapped it up, will it get to my consumer in Lagos in time and in the state that I've packaged it in? Those are things to consider. And also the tech, they having to do it themselves, like, oh, they will have their own interface where, I'm assuming, have their own interface where they would log into, they would upload these pictures of this product or produce, then they will put the price points and wait for notifications of orders and all that, in addition to the actual farming. Then I looked at your user persona. You covered the part about the consumers quite all right, but there was no user persona for the farmer, which have been interesting to see, and bring some more context to this problem. Then I looked at the competition that you mentioned, Vendy's, farm gates, and it sounds like they don't sell to individuals. Am I correct? Please. Thank you. Do they sell to individuals?
Yes. Well, it depends on how much, I think, quantity that you're purchasing from them. That's what makes them probably would want to consider selling to like individuals. Like for most of
Yeah.
them, yes, they sell to large companies, people that want to use those things as maybe raw material.
Yeah, so I think you should carry out more research in that area, okay, to why that is the case, because there will be a reason why they they take bulk orders. It could be an issue of this fulfilling individual orders. And then with regards to scaling your products, I'm a bit worried about how feasible that will be because there's this large problem of having to get the buy-in of farmers across a large location for this to actually scale. And then I look at how you're going to make money. So you talked about the subscription model. So, but I'm worried about that. Okay, as the end user, I'm talking about I want affordability and all that, but I'm going to have to subscribe to your product and then also now pay for the produce I want to buy. Am I not already going back into the price range of the just go to the seller who has taken up all that stress from me and just buy it? It would have been interesting to see the price comparison. What exactly is the consumer saving with this? So those are very strong concerns for me. I still think it's a valid problem, but I don't know if this proposed solution is actually going to, hit the nail on the head. But I will still say well done. I see that effort was put into this. Um, so yeah, those are my thoughts.
Thank you very much, Sharma. I think we're definitely taking that on board. I think those are valid concerns that we also considered, but maybe because in the constraints of time, we were not able to explore everything. Okay, we have somebody else with a question. So thank you, Shoma. Ini has his hand raised. Please go ahead, sir.
Hi, good morning. Great job, actually. I think I like the design. It's really nice. I like the fact that you stuck to green, which is like on brand. So that's great. My first question would be, can you tell me why you and your team chose um to work on this product per se? Just give like
Firstly,
very short.
we looked at like the last maybe say 5 years. There's been like an agricultural revolution in Nigeria. Everybody seems to want to be going into farming, but they don't necessarily know how to go into it, especially the tech aspect of it. So you have almost every aspect of tech that has been touched, like every aspect of life. But there's still something about nothing there being in the agricultural space. And obviously there's a reason for that, and we are seeing that now with all the concerns that have been raised. But that's why we said let's try and see if we can, try and tackle some of the issues in this space, and we just went for it.
Okay, that's cool. I'll give my feedback later. But I want you to, while I'm mentioning some things, I'd like you to go to the particular slide like I'm talking about. So I just want to see it again, because I think I might have missed some things. So
All right.
there's a focus on user personas. If you can just quickly go there, just for like a few seconds. So
Okay.
I think it's really important that you focus on particular types of users that you're building this for.
Yeah.
I'm sort of waiting for you to get there. But it's fine. Anyway, so let me just move so we don't waste too much time.
Having
Um,
some technical difficulties. Okay.
you having
Let me
technical
try and get
difficulties.
to
Okay.
Yes, the
So I'd
user
love,
personas.
yes. So you have three, right? There's a chef,
Yes,
there's an individual
yes,
consumer. Can't remember who the
yes.
third one is.
Yeah, so we have an eco-conscious consumer, we have a chef, and then we have a budget, a thrifty shopper. Yes.
Okay, and your product is a SaaS pro. It's an app or it's a website. How does it work? Just give me a glimpse
Uh,
into
well,
the
for
MVP like.
now, we want it to possibly be an app for personalization, because if you're looking at probably having just a landing page. We'll be having farmers to have own computers, which is even more far-fetched than what we have right now. So yes, we want to develop an app that will have everybody, both the consumer and the farmers, have their own dashboards.
Okay. So my feedback here is I think it's easier when you focus on one particular niche because this cuts across. It's the same farmers market, but it cuts across different types of um users. So there's a chef, so that means you are probably looking at restaurants there. There's an individual consumer, which we are talking about everybody, everyday life, urban dweller here as well. So it's kind of like if you're starting something and you're building an MVP, it's better to focus on a smaller niche and then grow from there. That's one feedback I want to give. Then I was hoping to see more numbers, right? So the presentation, I didn't see many numbers. In fact, your subscription model, I don't see numbers there. Like I see like the ideas that you have, but I'll have loved if you spent more time like surveying what your competitors are offering and then deciding how you want to enter the market. Maybe you want to be low cost leader or something in the market. So kind of like what Airpiece is doing right now in international travel to London specifically. But I just wanted to see something like that, right? So to give me a glimpse of are people using this right now? So that would like validate that problem and the solution that you're giving to it. How often do people buy stuff, go on an app to buy stuff, buy groceries and stuff like that? I'd love to see. Personally, for me, I'd actually love to see it because I see it on a lot of applications, but I'm not sure how effective it is. So yeah, I think you should have added. Uh is there some form of design or something of the app that you're building somewhere around the slide? Because I don't think I noticed that in the course of the presentation. No,
Um,
it's not there, right?
yeah, just have like a small at the beginning mock up. Yeah, first page
Okay,
here.
okay. I don't think I saw. Okay. All right. Okay. I think that's just it. It would be more convinced, especially if you're doing this to, and this is a general feedback, just generally. If you're doing this anywhere you find yourself, it would be so important if you can show more numbers because numbers are more convincing for people, right? So they can really
Yeah,
see why that problem exists and how you can actually win that market, right? And the opportunity you saw through your MVP. I can't really see much of that. But it's all in all, it's a good design. Can you just scroll through the rest of the slides? Just quickly, just scroll through. Until there's maybe something
okay.
I missed.
Okay, cool. Okay. Um,
Yeah, so all these slides would be great if there are numbers to it. They show
yeah.
that it's detailed data research that's gone into.
All right.
Stop.
Thank you very much.
All
Mhm.
right.
Um,
It's fine.
yeah, really
I think
appreciate it. I
Promise has
think
something to say.
yes, promise. I think I saw promise to stand up too.
Okay, sorry,
Mohammed. Hi,
promise,
everyone.
I promise, before we proceed, please, can we stick to, can we do 5 minutes on your, because we've exceeded the time for the panelists. So please, can we just do 5 minutes? I'm going to set up the timer for you can stick to that. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you. Go ahead.
All right. So I think everybody has pretty much said most of it. I think it's a valid problem, especially on the consumer side, and even and this is me talking about talking as a consumer, right? I think it's also a valid problem for the farmers. However, just like Chioma has said, I don't think a lot of research was done, right? Also, I think if you're I also agree with Ini on the fact that you need to focus on a niche, right? There's a reason why Evendis, for example, is not going consumer based because if you think about it, most of these farmers are not farming in the urban areas, so they're probably farming in the rural areas. Before they transport those items from where it is for every single order to this place, it's probably possible that it's not fresh. It's possible that there's going to be logistics mishap. So that's clearly why most of the time the middleman that we're complaining about. That's why it's expensive. If you hear the logistic stories of how people bring things from other states to Lagos, things get missing, people get robbed, the cars get breakdown. So by the time it gets to Lagos, for example, it becomes expensive, right? So that's why most people that do agri business or agri tech go go more towards like B2B. Now, when you're looking at people that run consumers, you would also want to check their how they actually run their operations. Some of them actually um, liaise with these middlemen that you're trying to cut off, right? So they liaise with the market women in mile 12, and then it's just easy to deliver from mile 12 to this place as opposed to delivering from wherever the farm is, right? So as much as it's a valid problem, I think that there needs to be really like a deep research on the operations. The tech is great, but the operations is a different ball game, and that's it's not anybody's fault. It's just the realities of Nigeria. To transport something from point A to point B is a Herculean task. So, as much as you want to deal with building a wonderful tech for it, you have to be ready to deal with the operational aspect, which I feel like there's still a huge question mark on that part. Also, please, can you just walk me through take me to the pricing model slide?
Yeah,
Okay.
so okay, go ahead.
So can you share how you guys came up with this plan? Like, why did you guys go to? Why was the subscription
If,
plan your go-to plan? And there are no prices on this thing.
yes, because I feel like in the space of it being a case study, we didn't want to necessarily put a figure on it. So we just went for the subscription-based model, and then I think we'll deliberate on the price. So we were considering two options, possibly having like a percentage share of maybe sales that everybody makes. But like what Chema pointed out, it's almost as if we'll be going back to the whole middleman, us being the middleman. So we thought if we charge subscriptions monthly, yearly, it should just be maybe reoccurring for that particular month and not like on every sale that they make, right? So we decided to go for the subscription plan because of that reason. So it's not going to be too reoccurring that every sale they make, we charge a certain percentage. Rather, we just make it, you know, a monthly thing or a yearly thing, depending on what they select.
All right. Also, I'm seeing dollars here. Please, you want to be careful about charging dollars for Nigerian markets, right? So
I think
that's another thing you take care.
that was just a design flaw, I'm guessing. Not charging dollars, definitely going to be
Okay. So I guess if this is something that you guys are going to pursue after here, I think that more research needs to be done on the operational parts because this is a more operational thing than a tech thing, to be honest. You can do this in on WhatsApp, and if the operations is great, you still give value to the customers, right? So you need to do that research around there, ask questions on why some people are not looking at the consumer market, why people decided to go on B2B. Also, I think your close competitor again would have been Price Party as well, because I think they do direct to consumers. So you would want to also find out why or how they run this and what is even the adoption rate of Nigerians to apps when it comes to buying food. Do they feel cheated when they're buying from the app, or better still, they'll just prefer to go to the market? Right, all those kind of researches need to be done to validate your solution. The problem exists, but your solution is needs like serious research to validate it. So yeah.
Thank you very much, Promise. Thank you guys, and thank you everyone for the input. I think everybody's stuff is valid, definitely, and we definitely um looked at these issues, we discussed them in our meetings, but we just wanted to decide. We decided to try and still go for it. We know the agricultural market is a very, very complicated space, operation-wise, because there are so many factors that are playing there. So, but because of the constraints of time, like I said, I think this is something that will probably take months of research to do, and we probably had like just, I know it's not an excuse. We could have done more decent research, but we still had to prepare slides and everything. So I think if it's something that we're definitely going to pursue after more research, I've noted down all the points that you guys have made. And yeah, thank you guys very, very much. I appreciate the feedback. I think we'll drop off now.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for your comments. Thank you, Mohammed, for the presentation. Have you guys noted down the comments? We can make adjustments. Thank you very much. So next we have Team Visa. Team Visa, are we ready? Yodun, are you speaking? Because I can't hear you. I can only see your screen.
Hello, good morning. Can everybody hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. Yeah.
Now.
Good morning, everyone. So for Team Visa, we created a product called CityLink. So CityLink aims to solve the problem of transportation for employees and corporate bodies. Then it also aims to help group of people who are looking for transportation as a group. So those are like the three things that we're basically trying to tackle. So limited transportation options for groups, inefficient route planning. So there's a number of times for people who jump buses, when you get to the bus stop, there's either no bus or the prices of buses are like really high because there's traffic in one particular route and all that. So those are the things that we are trying to solve, and our target markets include on-site employees. So that these are employees who have to commute to work on a daily basis. We have corporate entities, so organizations who are looking to outsource transportation, and then we have social groups in the sense of maybe a group of friends or maybe a family who are trying to like go to an Owambe or just meet up and chill. These are the people that we are targeting. So what are our key offerings? We have one, a budget-friendly transportation system, convenience, and then bespoke transportation service. So if you're a group of people who, okay, you're not going to work, but you still like to commute with your friends, probably to concerts or events, any of those things, yes, this is the bespoke transportation service that we're referring to. Then we also offer safety and community. So we have next personas. So first we have Folake. Folake is a recent graduate who works on the island but lives on the mainland and commuting from the island to mainland without certainty, like certainty of what the transportation would look like can be a bit of a hassle. So what does Folake aim to do in life? Basically, she wants to become a senior graphic designer in a company within 5 years. And our goal is to find access to less stressful and efficient means of going to work. She also wants a budget-friendly transportation service without compromising her safety. I know the number of times me personally have entered buses, and before I get down, I am injured because some metal part of the bus has scraped your leg or hitting your just hit you when the bus is moving and all that. So we also have the frustration points, which is the overcrowded public transportation. Number of times you go to the bus stop and you see a whole crowd like it's a concert, so just because buses are not going to the route, maybe because there's traffic or maybe there's um hike in fuel price, then we also have unpredictable transportation costs. So you might get there today, the price is 500, you get there tomorrow and they tell you it's 1,000. There's nobody regulating it and there's no valid reason why they've increased the price. Next, we have the weekend warriors. So weekend warriors are a group of friends who value spending time together, going to concerts together, attending sporting events, basically things that are done in as a group. But they live in different parts of the city, so they they have that challenge of having to coordinate themselves and meeting up at the location. So what are the things that they try to achieve as a group? So they want to commute together to events while saving money, and they also want to enhance their overall experience as friends that they are. Then they want to minimize the hassle of coordinating transportation and ensure that everybody arrives at the event on time, and also have access to transportation service that is budget friendly and does not compromise their safety. So what are the frustrations for the weekend warriors? One, they have limited transportation options for groups and then coordinating their schedule. And then the last persona that we have is for XYZ Limited. So XYZ Limited is a rapidly growing technology company located in Lagos, Nigeria, and it focuses on employee satisfaction and their well-being so that basically drive resilience, drive employees productivity. So one of the things you will notice in Lagos is that parking space is always a problem. So for the company, they are looking at how do we solve the problem of parking space without compromising our employee satisfaction. So they are looking at initiatives that would help them resolve these transportation issues without um, compromising, like I mentioned earlier, their employees' um, satisfaction or productivity. So, what are the frustrations for XYZ Limited? One, they want to managing transportation in-house can be a bit problematic because you have to worry about cost of maintenance of the vehicle, getting licenses for their drivers, renewing licenses, basically renewing all the things that needs to be renewed when it comes to owning a vehicle. Then they are also looking at the implication of having the staff boss by themselves, and then the company is also concerned that of okay, about what it means or what it will mean for them if they outsource their transportation. Would it give them value? Would there be any return on investing in this particular line? So next, we did a competitive analysis on who is offering this kind of service. And first of all, we say shuttlers. So shuttlers for the kind of bespoke service is the first to market, and basically their branding is strong. Their price is also variable based on the destination. So it's not like there's an actual fixed cost, depends on where you're actually going. Um, Another next is the quality. The quality is quite reliable, they are predictable, and they are guaranteed to a particular extent safety. And then for service, it's customer focused and customer support enabling. Next, we have the commercial buses, which is Danfo or Moonway, whichever one anybody calls it. So one, they are readily available and there's no tech skill required. Two, they are the cheapest in the market, but the prices could fluctuate drastically without reason. For quality, it is unreliable, it's unpredictable, and your safety is not guaranteed. There are a number of times they will just throw the rope, or should I call it, what should be a safety belt. That's the seat belt. What should be your seat belt? You just throw it over your neck after you just put it on so that you can pass where road inspection agencies are on the road. And then lastly, for service, they are not customer focused and there's no customer support. So next we go to our canvas. We already have our problem and our solution there. So limited transportation options, inefficient planning, unreliable service availability, and affordability barriers. And our solution is to provide affordable transportation options, intelligent route planning, reliable service monitoring, and seamless information accessibility. So what is our unique value proposition? One, we are a budget-friendly transportation service. We offer convenience. We offer bespoke transportation service. We offer safety and community. So what is our unfair advantage in the market or coming into the market? So the ability to provide a bundle of budget-friendly and convenient transportation service in the market. Our target audience is on-site employees, corporate entities, and communities, basically. What are the other alternatives that are present? So we have commercial buses, we have shuttlers, we have BRT, we have private cars. So what are the things that we aim to measure? We'll go into this further, but basically those who would adopt our service early need to be tech savvy, upward mobile, they are price sensitive, corporate entities, and they are also communal entities. For our cost structure, we would be splitting costs into our application development, feature updates, and cost maintenance, the acquisition of vehicles, whether it's lease or purchase, and then operational costs. So for our revenue structure, we have three lines. One, we have subscription revenue, which will be basically gotten from corporate entities. Service fee, which will be gotten from community, that's the community, those in groups, and then the individuals. And then we also would be doing affiliate marketing revenue. So affiliate marketing revenue in the sense that on our app, you can, even as a corporate entity, you can also advertise your um product on the or while users are logging into the app. So next, we go to our marketing strategy. We are going to, for our marketing, we are starting with segmentation targeting. So the three aspects that we have already spoken about, that's the corporate entities, the groups, and um, the individuals, we will be um, running campaigns targeted specifically at them. We also aim to provide, we would also be providing sales promotion. So this will be at the early stage. Once we launch the market, it will be launching with a sales promo with a discount for people who sign up and run the service. Also, we'll be doing brand marketing, social media marketing, search engine optimization, and search engine marketing. So for our metrics, what are the things that we will be measuring? So for our North Star, we'll be measuring first and foremost the successful bookings. So the number of successful bookings tells us whether or not we are doing well. Next, we will targeting retention. So for retention, we'll be looking at active versus inactive profiles. For our Net Promoter Score, we'll be looking at the rate of recommendation of the app to new users based on the referral code imputed in the sign up page. So there will also be a reward for those who use their referral code. So if I use your referral code, for example, me who gave out my code will be getting a discount, while the person who also used the code will be getting a discount. So that way encourages customers to actually use the referral code. For customer satisfaction, we'll be tracking it in-app via the feedback mechanism. For adoption rates, that will be our number of downloads of the app and then the sign up. And then for the user feedback, we'll be getting this through our app and through surveys. So sending surveys basically to the emails of all those who use our app. So next we have a demo of what the application would look like. So we have here the landing page. Once you get this, you sign in if you are already an existing user. If you're not an existing user, then you just create your profile. Once you create your profile, this is what the menu page looks like. You down to you trying to book your ride, and then the tracking method. So when you book your ride, you can see how far your driver is, the ride is rather, and just refer yourself and all that. So basically, this is what a demo of the application would look like. So for our roadmap, we are aiming to first of all complete everything that has to do with the back end issues, the UI design, landing page, patient screening, and then for Q2, we move on to booking your ride, canceling ride, modifying the ride, selecting your journey, modifying your ride, basically picking your drop off and pick up locations, your seat number, that's where you like to sit in the bus and all that. Then the last one, the third one rather, is for Q3 we'll be moving on to the subscription type. So if you are going for the subscription model, I mean for the service model, then the payment method. Next, we move on to the UAT, vulnerability test, then the data test. And then in Q4, we do the official campaign launch alongside marketing campaign. So here's the team who put this together. We have Esther Obulaye, basically making last one. We have Blessing Eton, who's always smiling and peaceful. We have myself, Abiodun Bishamo, and well, I'm just going to skip that. And then the last one is Oyeleke Oyedele. So Leke did send this picture on time, which is why it's not here, but you get that. So thank you very much for listening, and over to you, panelists.
Thank you, Abiodun. Thank you. Okay, finalists, we have the floor. Hello, Ini, Chioma, Promise.
Hi, I guess I'll just start. Hello. Biodun was the one that made the presentation, right? Just so I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I have a quick question because I actually see the validity of the problem you're trying to solve for. But given a user that has the option of using your app, why would I use your app? Okay, consider me as part of that group segment you showed in your user persona. So if I had a group of friends, say we are 4, why would I choose to use your app instead of booking an Uber and all of us carpool in the Uber?
Okay, yeah. So for our group of friends, we are looking at like the numbers that Uber would not be able to take. So I think for Uber, most of the time, 2 at the back and then 1 in front. But if you um can rapport with the driver well, I think they accept 3 at the back. So we're looking at a group that is larger than that. Maybe we're a group of 6, 7, and then they're trying to go somewhere together. They can actually use that service. And then another value would be that for each of the groups, so if for it wasn't shown in the demo anyway, but for the groups, you would select the number of people you're trying to pick up and then the schedule for those people. So we pick them up along the way and then take you to your destination. Though I know that there will be some ironing out to do for the things, but basically we're looking at groups that are larger than a minimum of 5 and then above.
Okay.
Sorry,
Don't worry,
Ini.
don't worry about all the small details. Is
Sorry,
something
Ini.
something?
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Sorry, Ini. My name is Leke. I'm also in the group. So in summary, what Biodun is saying is that we don't have you as a catchment area, if I'm to use that phrase. We are very, very specific about because we can't do everything in the market. And the hint we've taken is the brief we've been given. It's mass. So if you belong to that 4, you might as well be better off using an Uber. You're not our concern.
Okay, got you. So like really big groups of people. So yeah,
It's
like operating like buses
it
and
is
maybe.
scale. We're looking at scale.
Okay. I didn't see anything about pricing. Is that something maybe you want to talk about?
Biodun.
Yeah, so for pricing, the reason why we've not been able to do that is basically we know that pricing is going to be based on the distance that you are going. So we did not exactly put an amount to it. Though I mentioned that there will be 2 types of method for us to make money, which is the subscription if you're a corporate entity, and then the service fee. So the service fee will be determined by the location and like your pickup location and then the destination you're going to.
Okay, that's good. Firstly, I forgot to do this at the beginning, but I wanted to appreciate you guys. That's really good. I think it's a good idea, especially because you're having your own niche out and you're looking for like bigger groups of people. The question I still have on my mind is why would if we are 20, why would we take 4 different Ubers and take yours? So I think so. One of the ways that I think you can do that is maybe with the pricing and your whole overall value proposition, right? Is why someone would maybe choose yours over theirs. But I think there's still use cases that even extend beyond the ones that you mentioned here today. So that's really good. Well done. So it's just going to look like an Uber app, correct? Just
Yes,
right. Got you.
yes, but for like a large group of people.
I got you. I got you. That is good. I think there's good thoughts there. I think the only part that I would like you to guys to improve would be like talking more about numbers, right? So in your value proposition and everything, so you can show the validity of the markets that you are working with and show that you did enough research. So I'll just let my other panelists speak.
Okay, thank you.
Hi. Well done, guys, for the work done. I'll just like to confirm one of your user personas are like regular people that have to go to work every day. But when you were responding to INE, you kept emphasizing on large group of people. So are you saying that this is just for a large group of people, or an individual can just, like, say, order for your service and find you guys or something?
Okay.
Okay, yes. Okay, Nikki, you can take it. It's fine.
Right. Thanks, Promise. So the idea is that it's not going to be anyone just coming in and hopping in anyhow. There is a plan that people moving from a location to another, we have the database because they've subscribed. So if you've not subscribed, you cannot even get on the college shuttle for the reason of this conversation. So everyone, you're likely to know yourself, see yourself every day. So it's an individual coming together at the same time. I mean, commuting almost every day frequently, but it's not anyone just coming up. You would have subscribed. So it covers a USP in terms of safety. You are likely to be familiar with each other on that bus, even if you are an individual. So just imagine people commuting to the VI, maybe the business district, i.e., Ajose Adeogun, Adeola Odeko, and those axes, you're likely to always see yourself. And that's why one of the things we're offering is that community. So to answer your question in summary, it's not just anyone jumping on. You will have to have subscribed. And that's why it is communal. It's not just an individual.
Okay,
Okay, so
that's
I wanted to like add more to what Lucia said. So that's like one segment of the users. So these are like employees who are commuting to work on a daily basis. So Monday to Friday, they are always going to work. That's one segment that we're preparing for. The other segment, which I explained to you, was the part where we have group of friends who are more than like 4 or 5, and they're trying to go to events together. They could just order the bus and then move to the location together without having to, get multiple Ubers and all that.
so those group of friends now, do they have to would they have to have subscribed?
No, just one of them is fine. But you be when you're ordering the service, so you select, are you doing as an individual or as a group? So when you select the group, so you give us the number of groups. So if it's
So
a
if
group of 6, if it's a group of 7, you provide kind of bus that offers that kind of service.
Okay, but if I say I'm going individual as an individual, would I be
Okay,
able
so
to?
more or less, if you are booking like your ride on a Saturday and you say, "Well, I want to go out," our service
Yeah.
will not be able to offer that. It will not be offering
Okay,
that.
so you have to be like a group of, let's say, two to
Yes,
three,
so
two
that's
and
a
above, or
group.
three and
Yeah,
above.
yes, the
All
group
right.
on one hand,
Please, can you
and the individual goes through a separate route.
All right. Please, can you walk me through your pricing model?
Okay, so for pricing, you mentioned we didn't exactly put the number to it, but we have um two models basically. One is the subscription model for corporate entities, then the service fee model for individuals. So if you're an individual, you're going to work every day, your price is calculated based on the distance and the number of days that you select for the service for. So I'm assuming some people do a hybrid work. So probably go to work only on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And you can select those 3 days and then your destination, you calculate the price based on that for you. If you go to work Monday to Friday based on your destination, we would also calculate it. But we're also looking at the one number of days with use service. There will be a discount for you. That's the individual part. Now, for the corporate entity, which is the subscription, basically they are basically using our buses to shuttle just their employees to work every day. So the organization subscribes monthly based on the number of individuals that the bus will be picking up and then taking to the office.
Okay,
Depending
so how
also,
are the
they can
users?
also do a one-way trip return.
All right. So how are the users subscribing? Because I think Leke had mentioned that the individual users have to be subscribed. So if
Okay.
you are not charging them a subscription fee, how are they subscribing to the solution?
All right. So let me
Okay. So
paint it. Bjorn, I can answer.
okay.
So let
Yeah,
me
no
paint a
problem.
scenario. Individuals, let's say, working different banks within that cluster that I've given an instance. Abiodun, Ajose Adiogun, Adiola, Deku, and all of that area. Now, when you come on our app and you're working Monday to Friday, you would subscribe for that Monday to Friday. From our perspective, it helps us with planning. We can know the number of buses available. Remember, it is about scale. It is about driving the price down. So when we understand that, for like Hassan, for example, has logged on and she's subscribed for Monday to Friday, it can help us to know those sets of people coming and we can know the number of buses available for that route. So in other words, how it helps individual subscribers, how many times of the week or of the month have they subscribed, and it helps us in planning. Did I answer that question?
Kind of. But my point is, if there is nothing holding that subscription accountable, for lack of a better word, if there is no monetary value holding that, oh, this is a subscription, right? I can as well just put in any number and subscribe to it in quotes, but I know that I'm not going to be charged. So any day I want to go to church randomly, I can just call you guys because you're not charging me a subscription plan, you're charging me a one-off payment.
Maybe I should reiterate, promise. So when you come, remember it's scale. If there's a word you want to remember about our services, that's scale. So for instance, when you
No, okay,
separately,
no, sorry. That's you and the business, and that's great. I'm talking about as a user, right? If
okay.
there is nothing holding me to a subscription plan, I go to an app, you say, "Oh, subscribe." Yeah, I'm not being charged nothing. Okay, I end up subscribing. I may not use your service from Monday to maybe I put from Monday to Sunday. I may not
Hmm,
use it Monday to Sunday, even if I have subscribed in quotes,
hmm.
because I know you're not charging me for nothing. The day that, let's say a day now, and I need something or I need to go to somewhere, I can still just go and order from you because I have subscribed, and you will then charge me a one-off fee for that one journey I went on, not a subscription fee.
Okay. Sorry. I think the word subscription is not the word that we were looking for as a group. So the idea of subscription is that you are signed up for our app, you have a profile that is active. I think that's what we are calling subscription. You can select your number of days and all that, but the subscription service itself is basically for corporate entities. So I guess the word subscribe that we're trying to use there for the individuals would have been probably like um signed up or yeah, you basically
Okay.
have an active profile with us, not like it's a subscription. You can select your number of days and all that with your profile, and when you want us to pick you up, when you want us to drop you off, but not like a
So,
subscription that this person subscribes for a month on Netflix or something like that. Not for the individual. That's like a corporate thing.
all right. So that still takes us back to what Amy asked. It's like an Uber. I can see once I'm signed up, then I can use it whenever I want to. That's
Yes,
that's
yes, but I
exactly.
mentioned that there are days that you would choose. So when you're booking your ride, when you are setting up, you select so basically it's a Monday to Friday thing for those going to work. Probably weekend, whatever you choose, you would select the days that you would want us to. So the only what's it called? The only exception are people who are going out on weekends or groups. that can now order it based on, oh, okay, since I have my profile, I can select and say a group of five is going out and want us to pick up at this location and all that. So that's like the major difference between the person going to work and the person who's just using it to um go out as a group. Or is that not clear? Should I go back to them? Hello, promise. Sorry, can everybody hear me?
Yes, Bill, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I think this is out. And do you have your hands are raised? Do you have more comments?
Yes, I was going to ask, I was going to piggyback on the pricing question. But it wasn't mentioned, so I think it might be a bit difficult to resolve that on this call. I just wanted to say that another thing I want you guys to think about is the frequency with which people would want to go out in groups. Because one of the reasons Uber and Bolt are so successful is because individuals go out regularly, almost every time. But I want you to think about how often people would want to go out in the large groups that you are talking about. I think it works very well as a model for interstate travel, right? Which means you are playing a different game because there's already existing businesses in that line. But if you're doing large groups within a city, for example, I don't see a lot of possibilities where people will be doing that many times, maybe except they're like going for wedding together and all the different things. But there's an opportunity there, right? It's just how it's executed, which I give props for the idea, to be honest. I think it's a really good idea. So I'll just stop there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amy. Chioma. Chioma here.
Yes, I'm
Chioma.
here. Hi. Okay. Well done, Team Giza. Really nice presentation. I also love the team slide. I think it showed the personality of the members of the team. So well done. I guess my own question is with regards to the individual commuters. Why should I use CityLink instead of Shortlast?
Okay, so one of the things that would set us apart for Scotland is the fact that you can, okay, I know that Scotland already allows you to choose the number of days of the week that you want, but we're looking at our pricing. That would be like the major difference. So our price would definitely um at least to get the market in the first instance, would definitely be lesser than what Shortlers will be offering basically. Then also the fact that even with that profile, you can also request for a group service rather than just your regular Monday to Friday commuting. So if you have an instance where you want to go out with your group, you could also use that same profile or app to request with your group. So those are like the two major things that will be offering differently from what Checkers is offering.
Okay. Did you do extensive research on Shortlast?
I wouldn't call it extensive, but we did a bit of research, but I wouldn't call it expensive.
Okay, because my advice was things like this where you already have like a big player in the market is to stalk them without shame. You need to find out what because I saw when you put your competition, you put I didn't see any negative thing about Shortless because compared to the downfall buses, right? So you have to really do a deep dive into Shortless, try to find out what pain points users of Shortless have that you can take advantage of, that you can solve to give your product an edge. So you can also stalk the founders and any material they put out there, even if it's just an interview talking about the challenge that they have, oh, this. That's an opportunity there for you to give them a run for their money. Because with regards to this, your pricing strategy, it's great offering lower pricing, but you have to also consider, because I know you mentioned, okay, the route or the distance would determine the price. So you also have to look at that as well, so that you're not running at a loss. And then also consider that if you use that strategy to enter the market, it may kick you in the face if you see that it's not sustainable and you now have to increase your prices. And people will like, why don't I just use shortlers? What's the difference and all that? Especially because you're new in the market. So then that's something to consider. Then I looked at, I don't know, you didn't really touch on how exactly you're going to run the other part of it, which is the buses and the bus drivers and all that. Is this a scenario where are you going to partner with bus drivers? Are you going to buy the buses yourself and hire drivers? And how is that going to work?
Okay, yeah. So for that, we are looking at purchasing the buses ourselves and hiring our own drivers. I know that that may be a bit challenging at first because you know, acquiring buses and then drivers will basically be our employees. But we're looking at a model where you don't have to rely on external partners too much. So maybe at first it might be like a 60-40 thing, maybe a lease, or we have a lease agreement. But the drivers will basically be our drivers, not um external drivers. So we'll be hiring the drivers ourselves. But for the buses, we would probably start with the lease agreement. Maybe we acquire a certain number, we also lease a certain number, and then start with that, and then move transition to owning the buses ourselves.
Okay, so that requires a lot of thinking and planning around, because you're taking the stress off the commuter, but you're putting it on yourself. And there's so many moving parts with regards to handling those buses, maintaining them, all the issues that come. Oh, this bus has broken down here, or this or that, or drivers, just normal staff issues and all that. So, and training. So that's something to consider. And all those things, those costs are still going to factor into the end price or something for the commuter, because you know that with Bolt and Uber they don't deal with all that. They just take a percentage of the fare, but you are taking on that responsibility of managing the buses. And that kind of was what you described as a pain point for XYZ company in your user stories. They don't want to handle that at all, and they want to outsource it. So that whole process of taking on that responsibility should we give some deep thought to it.
Yeah.
I guess I wanted to comment on that XYZ company thing, especially when you said, okay, the limited parking space, and then that's the reason why the company is considering outsourcing it. Staff too can be funny. Like, okay, uh, um, you don't have space for me to park my car, but what if I want, you're taking away my convenience or ease of movement, because you don't have space for me to park my car. What if I don't want to go this route stuff and all that? So all that's just something to consider. I don't know if that's the only pain point for companies. And then what was the last thing? Community. I think that's something that you've said. I don't know if Shotlass has that. Again, that's will go into the research bit, but that might be something that it would really make you stand out. I don't know how it's going to work entirely. I don't know if I truly want to be in a community with other people moving around in my neighborhood. I don't know, but that would be something to consider that might give your product an edge. But overall, it's a valid problem. I liked your presentation and your responses. So well done, team.
Thank you very much. On behalf of myself and the entire team, thank you very much for all the feedback. So we'll take this and run with it and see what we can do. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chema. Your hands are still up. Do you have more comments?
Oh no, sorry.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Team Visa. Awesome presentation. Quickly, let's go on to Team Colossus. Team Colossus, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Good morning. Let me share my screen, please.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Hi everyone, good morning. Please can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you and we can see your
Good
screen.
morning. Thank you. My name is Oyindamala and I'll be presenting on behalf of my team. The name of our product is called Cross Border Movers. And what is Cross Border Movers? I'm very sure every single one of us have one friend or the other that's jackpot out of the country. And aside from them jackpotting out of the country, aside from them missing their family, the relationship, the community, one thing that they miss the most is the food. They miss the food. They don't have wide access to Nigerian meals, especially. So what do we do basically? So what cross border do is we are trying to bridge the gap between our our audiences or our customers having access to Nigerian meals or their homemade meals, basically. So we are connecting our communities, those in diaspora, Canada, UK, US, to authentic African food, to fresh food items, basically. So we know they go to African store, but they get it at very expensive prices. They don't get access to our African snacks and all that. And that is where we come in as cross borders. So we are moving Nigeria to you. We are bringing Nigeria to you at your fingertips, especially the food that you miss the most. So what is the market problem? We've identified that people have difficulty accessing fresh and authentic African food products. There is limited availability of reliable sources for African food items, aside from if they go to the African store, which is probably very far from the region where they're staying. High prices and missing out on familiar African food, basically. So who are our target audiences? We have a restaurant or catering that are in diaspora, African international residents, people living in diaspora, and food enthusiasts. So what is the key benefit for our potential users? Because obviously, if you want to come on board on this platform, we need to be able to offer you something. So we are giving you access to authentic food products, convenience, because it's going to be at your fingertips. There's global shipping, there's cost effectiveness, there's quality assurance, and customer support. So basically, you can be at your shifts and you can order and it will be delivered to your house probably before you get home. Or you can, place an order and you get your African meals. So what is our key product offering? We are offering streamlined logistics, affordable shipping fee. So we are bringing convenient access to fresh produce and superior quality service, and managing logistic, offering and providing exceptional services, and easy access to fresh ingredients, fresh food items, and all that. And what is our business model canvas? Who are our key partners, basically? We have business owners, entrepreneurs in food businesses, and clients with food item requests. And our key activities is we are developing an interactive platform for clients, maintaining customer retention, partner with other e-commerce and logistics platforms so you get your food items quick and easy. What are key resources? There are these front-end developers, the customer care, the social media guys that will be attending to you that will make your product very seamless. And what is our value proposition? A e-commerce platform where food business vendors can easily connect with the customers in diaspora. So we are coming in also as a vendor for other businesses in diaspora also. So if a food vendor and you also sell homemade food, you can also come on board on our platform and advertise, because we base solely on fresh food items. So what our customer relationship? We have business owners, entrepreneurs specializing in food distribution. And how are we going to connect with these people? We are going to connect with them through pop-up ads, display ads, social media. Social media has to do with influencer marketing, user-generated content. We have email marketing, influencer marketing, direct sales agents, because we also want to give people jobs also on this platform. So you can also come on board and sell. You can come in as a wholesale seller or something like that. So moving on, how are we going to make revenue? That was going to be more explained in further slides. So we are going to make revenue by subscription, logistics and shipping fee, affiliate marketing, and blogging. So having checked online, we actually realized that very limited people do this. There are people that do this business. They probably just own foodstuff shops and they just export out of the country. But there's no solid person that do it as a strong full business. So the name of our competitor is the African Store, and their weaknesses is limited distribution and limited logistics and distribution chain because of how expensive it is for you to ship items from Nigeria to wherever they are in diaspora. And our competitors' main strength is loyal customer base because they've been in the market for so long. So they already have this customer base, they already relate with them, they already see them, they already have this trust and believe in their product already. And one of their advantage is longevity in the business because, they've been working in the space for a very long time. So they've already understand, they already have ground ideas about how this thing works. So our marketing strategy is social media, utilize social media platform, SEO, our online advertising. We are making use of Referrals because Referrals is like a very, very strong hold on how we are going to sell in the diaspora market, tell a friend to tell a friend. Then also positioning. So we are going to be specializing by, putting ourselves in the African food market, especially building communities because we know how important community it is for people in diaspora, basically. And partnership, we are going to be aligning with food, African restaurants, cultural organizations and everything. We're going to come to your shows. We are going to be the person for you. Our cross-borders can generate revenue. So we have shipping fees, subscription services, affiliate marketing, sponsorship and partnership, and also product sales. And with our user personnel. So our user personnel is Mr. Bayo Adenoga. He's one man that jackpot very long ago, but he's a Nigerian man in blood. So he's a mechanic, he's a very elderly man, he's 45 years old, but he still wants to have a taste of Nigerian feel because that is the thing that gives him the vibe, that gives him the energy, right? So he does not want to get lost in diaspora without remembering his motherland. And one of the things he's doing is enjoying Nigerian dishes, and that is where we come in. We are trying to, give you that taste, that feel that okay, you're seeing Nigeria, but this one is just different from the regular one. So our goal is he wants to give back, he wants community engagement, he wants to see his brothers from Nigeria, business success, customer satisfaction, or his business, he as a person, his personal fulfillment is getting fresh food items and eating African food steadily. It's one of the things he likes to see and see as a fulfillment. So our second user personnel is Miss Anna Ogechuku. She's an entrepreneur, also in diaspora. She's 30 years old and she's into distribution and sales of agri businesses and food processing, basically. Our goal is to expose our business outside the country, to expand our business with maximum profitability, to generate more revenue. So one of the challenges that she's having is logistics and distribution, quality control, brand recognition, market validability, difficulty in getting trusted clients, access to international markets. So we are going to come in to break the gap and bring her closer to people that really want to patronize her or people that make use of the service, basically. And how do we intend to navigate restrictions? Because if you are going to be exporting out of the country, we should be able to navigate restrictions, especially borders restrictions. And we're looking at compliance management. We are going to, do everything that they want. We are going to check through the books. Are we in line with what you're doing? Do they accept this kind of product outside the country? And that's where our product labeling coming in. Everything's going to be clear and precise. If NAFDAC is NAFDAC approved, they are clean, they are fresh, and well maintained. Regulatory consultation. So we are going to onboard a lawyer that is going to be looking at these regulations for us and look at the restrictions. So we are not going to get banned, basically. Transparency and communication, which is quite very important. So we have our application interface, and this is how it's going to look like. We also created a dummy website, which you can access here by clicking on the link, which takes you to the Figma platform. I don't know if you want me to show you here. We can also do that. So our success metrics is number of onboarded potential buyers and signups, number of successful orders across diaspora, and our service, if it's available 24/7 and increase revenue. I'm so sorry, I have to skip this roadmap because we did not, put in so much effort in it. But it's going to be, I'm so sorry, we're just going to skip that. So our sample pricing is the silver package, the gold, the platinum, and the black book. And this is where we are going to come in to actually serve the customers. So silver packages is those, and that's why you're a student. You don't have so much money, right? You don't have so much money. You are doing shift to shift and everything. So we are going to be doing pay and carry. Maybe it's only rice you want to buy. We can give you the rice that you want. You order to your household items, order your food stuff, and get delivered to you. Maybe it's only rice that you want, you get it. If it's only beans that you want that you've run out of, you get it. So you pay with your card and that's all. So for the gold, get all your favorite food items now at a negotiated price. So we are bringing Obalende market or Ingbo market to you on app. Basically, so what we are going to do is these products that are going to be in gold are usually discounted products. Maybe it's been in the warehouse and we need to sell it out. So you just tell us this is what you want, and you can probably start negotiating how much you want it to be. Okay, if we tell you this entire package is $50, you can now tell us, you only have $40, or then we'll now see how we can fit in your budget. How we can fit in your budget for us to accommodate your need and you don't run out of food items. So that's us putting our customers into consideration while doing this, especially. And we have the platinum subscription base. That is when you get your salary at the beginning of the month, you can pay for the food items that you want throughout the month and get delivered to you. So you don't have to bother about pay and carry. You don't have to bother about you're running out of food items, especially if you're like a doctor that is always busy and you don't have so much time to be going to the African store and everything. So you get your products at the beginning of the month and get delivered to you. And this is the most interesting part, which is the black book. This allows you to buy items and groceries on credit and pay as you earn. So we actually do understand that navigating the diaspora market might be very, very crazy for you. So what we are going to do is we are going to give you on credit. Let's assume you don't have shift for the month, you are broke, you've not actually settled down in the UK, in the US, and you don't have so much money. So where we are going to come in is we are going to allow you to buy food items on credit. Then you start paying us back. As you are paying us back, your credit score increases and you can probably get more items, or you're going to get more credit fee, basically. So let's assume when you started off, start with $20. When you're consistent, you're delivering and everything, then you can now start getting more credit cashback, then you can buy more products. But this one is for us to serve people and show, okay, we are here for you and all of that. Thank you very much. Please do let me know if you want to see the website, so I can basically then I can display that for you on screen and see how it's going to be navigated from point A to point B.
Thank you very much, Damola. Okay, panelists, any questions, feedback?
Hi, Damola. Thank you for your presentation. Well done to Team Colossus. I hope I pronounced it correctly. So when I saw this cross-borders movers and I saw the icon there, I thought maybe you're going to help me. I'm Japan. You help me carry my load I could not carry or something like that. That's the first thought that came to my mind. So maybe you want to play around with the name a bit because I don't think it captures what exactly your product does. Cross-borders movers. Some movers makes it seem like a moving stuff. I also like the innovation around your idea because this whole jackpot thing has brought a lot of opportunities, and I'm excited to see that you picked it to try to innovate around it. My challenge with your product is, I think the first concern is, how do you intend to compete with, there are people on, let's say even on Instagram, so there are well-known sellers or vendors on Instagram with many followers who do this stuff that they dry the food stuff, package it and send, or even the actual soups and stews, they freeze it stone hard and put it in the kind of, we have seen it on Instagram. How do you intend to compete with these people who are already well known, saying that you want to use social media as a marketing option?
Okay, thank you for that question. So we are not just using social media, we're also looking at affiliate marketing and fires, especially those in diaspora. So I want to point out that we have other vendors that actually sell these items. Maybe not only for stuff, people that sell baby clothes, gadgets, and everything, especially on social media. But Jumia actually make it very well as one of the biggest e-commerce platforms in Nigeria, because people can easily check for what they want. You can check for what you want, order everything, and add to cart. Oh, I really want to buy this, and I add to my cart. You can't do that on individual profiles or Instagram.
Okay, I'm tired. I was saying this because of the. Oh, can you? Sorry, stop hearing you. That's why I spoke. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay, so Jumia, like I get what you're saying, right? But the problem you identified is the people missing home, missing food back home. So I'm talking about food in particular. Does Jumia, apart from Jumia Foods, just trying to say well-known vendors, how do you intend to compete with that? It's fine if you don't have the answer. It's just something um to think about, because that also plays a part in people who already know them. Maybe they're already in Nigeria, they're already enjoying their food stuff, they already have that the brand equity, they call it. And so now those vendors are trying to say, okay, my customers are jackpotting, let me reach them. So they're trying to bridge that gap. You'll be competing with such vendors. Then I guess my other question was around that whole loan or buy on credit. I don't know. You need to do some research
Yes,
around
like
all that loan repayment stuff. I don't think the headache that these digital loan apps have with getting their money back. I don't know if that copy and paste would work for this, where in a situation where you're saying people should buy on credit and they get the score and all that. And then I guess I wanted to ask, so how is this going to work like end to end? Are you going to vendors, the people who do this food stuff, maybe farmers and who package them, dry them, are they part of your value chain that you're going to manage them, or are you planning to do that yourself and ship to the different countries?
Okay, yes, we are going to be packing it ourselves. We are going to, because we are going to liaise with farmers, vendors in markets that can give us these products in huge quantity. So we are going to partner with them. We are going to have a packing sorry. We're going to have like a packaging and part of it where we get our items fresh from the market. They're going to package it so we don't so we don't, go over the restriction order. So let me put it there. So how we are going to navigate the restrictions, because they need to be product labeling. So we are going to have a section for that. They are going to package the items, and ensure that it passes quality check and everything.
Okay, sounds like lots of moving parts. A lot of things need to be considered. I don't think it's as simple as you're saying. So yeah, that's my feedback though. But well done all the same.
Thank you very much.
I think Dari had something that he wanted to say.
Yeah,
Hi,
I
Dari.
wanted to contribute to what my colleague just said. So, as regards to the guys that are already on the Instagram, they have customer base. So, the essence of this product in particular is we want to have a stereotype e-commerce. So, just like Jumia, like you said, just like Gigi. So, if you want to buy fairly used product today, what comes to your mind is Gigi before Facebook, Instagram, although you can get those things on those platforms. So these people that are on Instagram, that they have customer base, we also it's also part of the added features that we do along the way by integrating them into that system. So it's not only now, it will create another platform for them. So Instagram will not be the only platform where they get their customers. So they will know that okay, there's a particular product called cross-border movers. So that's what I just wanted to contribute to what Damola said. Yeah.
Thank
Can
you, guys.
can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
noisy and windy, but yeah, I can hear you. Okay. Ini promise.
Okay, well done. I wanted to say that the groups that worked this year, I really commend your boldness because I believe a lot of the products that have been shared today have heavy operations and logistics behind it. So for example, the products that you're presenting, people will judge you by the quality of the stuff that they receive, which means you have to invest in quality assurance heavily, right? I think your products make sense. The market is there. However, I think for this to work, it needs like heavy investments, especially if you're doing um loans as well. Is it loans? No, loans is the wrong word. Yeah, letting people buy on credit. Um, well, it's a decision for you to make, but I don't think you should do that, especially if you're doing cross-border. I don't know. There's also a lot of fees, service fees that have to be paid if you are crossing borders and all that. That's also needs to be factored in into everything. I think the question that I have in my mind when I look at the product that you presented is I just see like heavy money that has to go into it. But aside from that, I wanted to commend the way that you started the presentation. You started by appealing to the emotions of your audience by talking about everybody has probably someone that's jackpot, right? So that's good. That's a good feedback for you personally, Oyinda. So good. Just work on that. That's great. I believe that when you're doing business conversations, anyways, in general, this is just me speaking in general, people make buying decisions emotionally. So it's when they feel good about something or it appeals to them or something that they like. So I'm in. There's a little bit of me that's like, okay, maybe she can actually get all the money that she needs if she wants to push this forward. But that's a good thing. I just think there's a lot of money that's involved, and I don't know how you would do that. Um, so I'm also struggling with how the tech is going to work. But I don't think we have time to go into that here. So to save time, I won't go into that. Can you show me the roadmap? I know you missed it, but we're actually supposed to grade you on the roadmap. So the fact that you skipped it, I don't think it helped you per se. But just show me the roadmap. I just want to see how you
The reason
intend.
why we skipped the roadmap was because we were supposed to adjust some things on it, but
Yeah,
the,
it's fine. Jonathan, just tell us what you wanted to adjust. I just want to see it because I need to grade that part and I don't know what to put there.
okay, so I will just show you the entire we speak on it.
Okay.
Aidare, please explain the roadmap.
Dari, can you help her, please?
Larry, are you here? Can you
Who is
hear me?
doing that? Can you show the link? You said there's a link you wanted to show. I'd like to actually see that, if you don't mind.
Oh yes, yes, it's the Figma design
Yes.
that
Sure.
we made.
While Dari
So
is preparing to tell us about the roadmap, you can just give us a glimpse of what that looks like.
sorry.
Yeah. Hello. I can help us in that roadmap session. Charles.
Okay. I don't know. I think we'll just move on because of that. Just show us the link. Just show the link. I just want to see that. I'm especially curious. I wanted to see what that looks like. And I think maybe promise
Please, I'm coming. I'm trying to, I don't know how to navigate on this.
No problem. I'm
This
trying to maximize time. So maybe Promise can start to make her comments while you're doing that.
Hi, Ini. I don't have any questions at this time. I think for the most of the presentation, my internet went off, so I'm trying to review the slide myself and see if I can ask some questions.
Please, can you see my screen?
Yes, Indamola.
Okay, so this is our app. It's an app basically. Sorry, sorry, I'm so sorry. All this thing is stressful. Anyway, so this is the app, and you're gonna get started like this. It shows you the welcome sign, your name, your enter password, then you log in. Then it shows you this grain, beans, liquid, tubers, that's yam, cassava, potatoes, African spices, we have vegetables, your Nigerian cereals, groceries, packed items, African snacks. So you come to grains, you pick it, it shows you different grains that you probably might want. Then click on rice, it shows you local rice, long grain, basmati, maybe one bag, 1 kg, anything, you can pick it. And the price of the rice. Add to cart, we have, let's assume you've picked a tuber, rice, choose your delivery, then you check out, add in your cart. This, you can save your card, confirm payment, and shows your address details in the diaspora. So there is also anyway, so that's immediately. There's another feature I would like to show you. One is not coming up. No, what's wrong? But yeah, that is it.
Well done.
Thank you, Indamola. Dare and Charles Suti, I get ready to make comments on the roadmaps.
Okay, please say what's the name? Rina Mala, can you take us to that roadmap? Chat is not readily available, but let me. Please, can take you back to. Yeah, so for the roadmap or the first quarter of the year, we'll be working on the UI interface design, the landing page development, and the self-onboarding implementation, where it will show both the vendors and the sellers, both the vendors and the buyers dashboard. So be able to create that in the first quarter. So then the second quarter, we also do design presentation features implementation, then the portfolio creation implementation, which will show the order that's been made, histories of others, then designer feedback system implementation. So it's very important that they give us rating. So when an individual wants to buy a particular item on the platform, so it shows recommended vendors with good rating. So like what we said, that's part one of the quality control that we want to do. So we want to make sure that okay, these guys that are selling will be able to give a good rating. With that good rating, and you'll be able to select the kind of vendor you want to buy from. So then the third quarter will also do creation suits, Cohort Pro, and Figma. So I think she just display what we did as regards to the Figma. Then the last quarter we also do portfolio display, so designer review and designer hire. So Charles will have contributed more to this roadmap as me is available. Yeah.
Okay, I was hoping that you would say this actually does not contribute to this particular product that you're discussing. Um, I was hoping that you correct that here, but in for the future, I think this goes for everybody as well. Aside from the product itself, you need to implement logistics and operations also in the roadmap, right? So there's still a lot of, for example, in the first quarter, you could be doing um, some research and strategy, right? But yeah, that's my feedback. Sorry.
Okay, Promise, I think you can go ahead while we just talk.
All right. So I think I was just going to say what Ine said around the logistics. Like, what's the plan for the logistics? I see that it was mentioned as a problem for one of the, like say, one of the vendors. So how are you solving logistics, or how do you plan to ship the items that people are requesting to diaspora, as stated here?
Okay. Yes, we will partner with some logistic companies. I believe that the express what's it called? Express logistics, now within 2 working days, 3 working days, you get across to this if we are getting it out of Nigeria. So we will partner with for example, is there's a company called Sendbus. So Sendbus also does international logistics, not necessarily those high standard logistics because of the cost. So we partner with the local logistics that have access to cross-border logistics. So we definitely partner with them. So that's where we make it so easy for them.
Also,
All
I have
right.
an addition please, to what my colleague just said. So,
Okay.
while partnering with logistic companies, we also have a warehouse where our product is going to be stored. So it's not that we are just keeping it and we are giving it out or pushing it out like that. There's going to be a warehouse where our product is being stored fresh, dry, if it's the dry food or dry fish and everything, it is stored appropriately. If it is rice, any other thing, it is stored and it is now going to be pushed out for distribution or for order to our vendors or individual buyers.
All right. I think that's great. I was actually looking forward to someone saying that, right? Like, probably working with like a fulfillment partner that has like warehouses and helps you to process deliveries. I think that's the same case that may apply for the first thing that discussed about farming produce. It's almost going to be impossible having to process the orders one by one. So you typically have to partner with a fulfillment company that would have like a warehouse that you can store some of these things. And besides your app, that's another thing that would incur costs. So all those kind of operational um
operational work, you need to factor them into your pricing. Now coming to the roadmap, can you walk me through the roadmap? Because I'm seeing, I think you're using a whole year for design. Is that the plan?
Well, yes, but INI had corrected us with as regards the roadmap. We mixed it up.
So I'm just curious to know what the thought process was when this was being put together.
So we just took that
I,
the design part of it
yeah,
without.
I think Winda Mola please me. There are some of the features that are supposed not to be among the roadmap features.
Sorry?
So it's an error from our backend. I said there are some of the features that are supposed not to be there that we also have removed. So it's an error from that. That's what Winda Mola wanted to skip the other time. So it's a apology for that, sir.
Okay. What I get is an error. I don't think it's the number of features, is how you're just looking at your work. First of all, design is not meant to take this long. Even a whole quarter itself, it depends on whether your designer is a junior designer that you're getting on board, right? Design should take like what's come to was 3 months max, right? So the other part of the roadmap should then talk about, okay, the development work that will be done, the going to market, the research that is even meant to be done, right? I know a lot of work have been put into this, so mistakes like this or oversights like this is quite big, right? So you want to be careful on how you're putting together your roadmap, like going forward. But in all, wonderful presentation. I think the solution, the problem exists, and I think the solution actually makes sense as well. So well done to your team.
Thank you very much for the feedback. Really do appreciate.
Thank you very much, everyone. Chioma, any comment? Hello, Chioma, can you hear us? All right. Okay, I think we're past the end of presentations. Team Artemis, Team Colossus, and Team Lisa. Well done. Our panelists, you have like general feedback that you want to give to the team, just comments to have. You
Okay,
can go ahead.
I think I'll just go. So, in all, well done to everybody. I think you guys have done an amazing work. I think it's also very
I promise we can't hear you. I promise we can't hear you. Your voice is breaking.
Hello.
I promise. Hello, promise. Can you hear me? Okay. Ini, Chema, are you here?
Can you hear me now?
Ini, are you here? Okay. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry. Not sure what's wrong with this internet. Okay, can you hear me now, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So I was just saying that well done to everybody in the team, like the three teams. You guys did well with coming up with the presentation. I also think that it was daring of the whole teams to go for the product or the businesses that they went for. As much as there are solutions for these three businesses that or products that were pitched today, a lot of people are not tilting towards that because it's a very operational or operations intensive or they are all product operation intensive solutions, right? The one with the transportation, the one with the farming, the one with the cross-border exports, they're all operations intensive. So even after, again, if you're going to build upon the solution, right, my advice or my suggestion is that you have to do the research. Like you have, even if you spend 1 year researching, do that and find out the people that have gone into this, what are they doing differently? What challenges are they facing? Why are they not following this? Why are they not following this routes, right? Why are they doing it like this? Why are they not doing B2C? Why are they focusing on B2B, right? Because the thing with products that are operation intensive is your money is not even going to go to the tech. Your money is going to go to the operations. You're going to spend a whole lot of money putting your operations together. And another interesting fact is that as much as the tech is beautiful, most of the time when you're delivering solutions that have too much operations, it's not a tech problem. It's an operations problem. So even if there is no wonderful app, once you are able to give your customers the value that they need, whether it's through WhatsApp, whether it's through spreadsheets, right, you would be able to you have a viable business, right? So it's for all the solutions that have been presented today, it's beyond the tech, right? You have to ensure that your business model is solid. You have to ensure that customers are getting the required value before the wonderful tech even comes to play, right? So wonderful work, interesting solutions and very daring as well. So yeah, if you're going forward with this, just ensure that you're doing the research, you're asking the right questions before delving into this kind of solutions that were presented today. But overall, well done to everybody. Wonderful work coming together with everything that has been done.
Thank you very much, Promise. So we move to the results of the presentation, telling the teams how they did and how they were graded by the panelists. So whenever you're ready. Ini, Promise, and Chema.
So what's the question?
So we want to see the results of the team's presentation, or we want to hear of the team's, like the results of the presentation.
So I'm giving feedback on how they did, or I'm telling them how they scored.
No,
Yes.
sorry, Sarah. You need just go ahead to give general feedback. I will do the presenting of the scores. Don't worry.
Okay. So my feedback is short. I think if you're speaking to stakeholders, whether it's internal or external, or you're looking for investors, first of all, sorry, before I even get into that, the exercise we just did today, because I don't know, many people go and do like a product management boot camp because they just want to have an idea of what product management is like. Some people are looking to enter into product management fully and all that. This exercise is very important because whatever stage you're as a product manager, you have to pitch yourself or pitch your product or something at some point as you grow. So this is really good. I want to appreciate everybody that took the bold step to present for their team. That's really great. Well done. And those that deputized the person that presented to. So well done to you guys. So you're getting hands-on experience, which is really good, right? One of the things that has helped me in my own career so far is having to do pitches like this regularly. So it's very good practice. So those that have added to their experience in practicing and pitching and all that's good. That's good to you guys. So now let me go into details. So they're speaking to internal or external stakeholders, or you're speaking to investors or whatever, whether it's your product or a company's product you're working with, it's very important to use numbers. So that's one of the things I didn't see much of, right? So if you are convincing people to invest, spend money, or you're looking for them into direct funds into certain things, or you're convincing them to take your idea and run with it, you need to show them what that can do for them in terms of like revenue or money that's coming in, potential revenue and stuff like that. So that's one thing that I wanted to say that is important to add. So the last group, they did a really good intro by appealing into emotions as well. That's very good when you're doing this kind of thing, when you're pitching, it's very important. For the user profiles, I would advise that we spend less time talking about aggregate things that make up that user profile, because I'm saying user profile, but what I mean to say the user persona, right? So there are some things, because the user persona is an aggregate of the feedback you collected when you were doing your research. So maybe you met different kind of people. This is like an ideal profile that you created from your research. However, the job that needs to be done is the most important thing. So I'll just give an example that's really popular around product management space. So if you are speaking to a carpenter, for example, it's very easy to assume that he needs a hammer or he needs a drill. But what he needs to do is to make a hole in wood or something. So you focus on the problem, then the solution is easier to implement, right? So I think that's what I'm just trying to say. So when you're pushing out user personas, just concentrate more when you're delivering to focus on the jobs to be done. Like there's a framework for that. You can spend some time to understand what that is, but yeah. So I don't speak too much. I think those are good feedback that everybody can put to use. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amy. Thank you. I don't know, Shama on the call. Yeah, I don't think Shama is on the call anymore. Okay. Hi, Favor. I think you can take it over from here.
All right. Good afternoon. No, we're still in the morning. We're still in the morning. Good morning, everyone. It's been a wonderful couple of weeks. Yeah. And yes, I'm going to go straight to presenting the scores. But just before that, I want to say a big thank you to all the panelists who has joined this panel session. Promise, thank you so much. We truly appreciate you. Ini, thank you so much. We really appreciate everything, all the feedback you've shared. And also Chioma in absentia. Is Chioma still here? Yeah, I don't think she's here also. But yes, thank you also Chioma in absentia. So guys, please also let's say a big thank you to all of our panelists so far. I think they've done a really great job of sharing a lot of beautiful and constructive feedback for us on this call. So please let's say a big thank you to them, whether in the chat box or you can unmute your mic to say that as well. All right. Arigato. I like that. Arigato. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Also, guys, I want everyone to just take a moment to say a big thank you to Sarah, who has, moderated the bootcamp from the start. I think it's not an easy job to moderate. I have been there, and I know it's never easy. So let's say a big thank you to Sarah, who has, been here from the start, making sure answer all our questions, making sure everybody's prepared and all of those things. So let's say a big thank you to Sarah as well. Thank you very much, Sarah. Thank you for your wonderful
Thank
job.
you, Sarah. Shout out to Sarah.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. And yes, last but not least, I also want to say big thank you to everybody in this boot camp that has come um, to come and learn and trust Trefford to help you learn. It's not. What I like to say is there's no learning without you guys coming around. If you guys didn't come around to the boot camp with us, there'll be no learning at the end of the day. So, so thank you to you. Thank you for joining the boot camp. Thank you for paying to join the bootcamp. Thank you for attending the different sessions, because if you pay to join and you don't attend, there's still no class. So thank you very much for everything, and thank you for seeing the journey through. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah. Okay. So now we're about to share this course for the case study demo, and it is the way I like to see it is make sure you see this as feedback. Don't see it as one team was really better than the other and all of those things. Yeah. See it as feedback on how you did in some particular aspects of what you worked on, and take this feedback and use it to improve yourself, whether as a team or personally, or just introspect on whatever you see and use it as feedback to iterate, feedback to improve and grow from there. That's where I like us to see whatever score we share. But without any further ado, I'm just going to go ahead to share the screen showing a summary. Okay, I think I typically would like to say this first. We had three teams. Team Giza. Okay, wait. First off, everyone in Team Artemis. Let's before go like this. I think the presentation order was Artemis, Giza, and Colossus. Team Artemis, hello. Are you in the house? Hello, Team Artemis. How are you guys?
We are doing fine. Thank God.
Yeah, great, great. So big shout out to Team Artemis. I think you guys have done really well. Beautiful job. Uh, well done, and big shout out to everybody in Team Artemis. Also, big shout out to everyone in Giza. You guys have done really well as well. Well done job to everyone there. Then finally, Team Colossus. You all have done very well. So shout out to all the different teams. In no particular order, this is how the presentations were graded, and you can see that the team that has come out the best is Team Giza. So congratulations to Team Giza and every member of Team Giza, and congratulations to everyone on the bootcamp as well. Okay, so this is congratulations to everyone. So anyone from Team Giza wants to say something? I think I'm sharing my screen. Yes.
Oh, sorry. I'll allow Emmanuel, please say something. I'd like to. What I want to say something too.
Hello? Gigi, are you saying something?
Okay, yes, sorry. I
Call.
want to say, can anybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Esther. Please go ahead.
Okay, so I want to say a big thank you to my teammates. A shout out to Emmanuel, Abiodun, Blessing. Yeah, telling the best set of people to work with. Like it was so great working with them. Really, especially my daddy that was adult me. Thank you, Manuel. Thank you so much, Blessing. Thank you. It was great working with you guys. It was really great. Thank you.
That's beautiful. Congratulations to Team Giza. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. I think with that, we're coming to the end and we're wrapping up. Just a little bit of encouragement. This is from everybody and from the management team of Trefford. Want to say a big thank you to everyone for joining Trefford Bootcamp. It doesn't end here, like I like to say. I think the true evidence of learning is knowing that there is more to know. You learn something to a particular point and you realize, okay, I now need to know how to do this better, or I need to learn more about this. So learning never ends, as I say, because when you learn about product management, as you've learned about, you learn that there are different aspects that you can grow yourself in, and then you continue wanting to learn in those different aspects. And yes, we are ready to help you learn further and help you go further in your career. We're here to be your career partner to help you grow. Up after this, you'll be having mentorship sessions for the next 6 weeks as well. It's going to be one day per week, just about an hour per week to check in with a mentor, just to guide you on how you can integrate whatever you've learned in the course of this bootcamp into your work, whether you're job hunting as well. So all of those things will be discussed deeper in the mentorship sessions. So we'll encourage you to always come. That will be on Google Meet, so you can always join at your ease. The calendar invites we shared. The calendar invites we shared from next week. and also your assessments. Please make sure to take your assessments on the LMS. And yes, definitely I want to say big thank you once again and wishing you all the best in your careers. That's all for me. Peace. And yes, thank you once again to our panelists, and thank you once again to Sarah, and thank you once again to everybody. Bye.
One last thing, we have a career session tomorrow that has a mock interview. So let's do well to join tomorrow. Thank you everyone. It has been great. Have a lovely rest of the day. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Dari. Bye bye.
Quick one. If anybody has a feedback they want to share, you can share here. I think we can still keep the call open for like say 5 minutes till
Yeah, I will.
11:30. Yeah. So if there's anybody that wants to share, you just want to like say one or two things, about the bootcamp, like